Good, thank you. How are you? Welcome, everyone. Today is Sunday, the 27th of November. $1.88.9 for every litre that you sniff. And out there, it's 23 degrees, mostly cloudy. Looking for a top of 31 degrees. Double it and add 30. If you don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, boy, I am in the office. I'm in the studio. Because I looked outside and it was going to rain, and I thought, nah, I don't want to do that. Welcome to all of you. And what I want to do is I want to do a big shout out to all the people who are actually not on here while we're doing this live, but the support that I get from all the other people that watch later. Now, it's somewhere in between 1,000 and 2,000 people that may watch this video. So big shout out to you good people and you not so good people, you deplorables and degenerates who are watching this. Because without you, I wouldn't be here. And without me, you wouldn't be here. See what I did then? Rudy, today is Sunday, and I know it's not normally a day where I go out and I have whiskey on a Sunday, but because it's a very special day, every day is a special day, I'm going to have another whiskey with you today, because in 2 weeks' time to the day, we are going to be sitting in your shed, in your man cave, and we're going to be going live in your man cave while we're doing this. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be on. I know you're a bit shy. That's okay, but I'm going to force you and I'll put one of those mics on, so every time you laugh, we all laugh. So can you all raise your glasses to this wonderful Sunday? And let's cheers the good man himself. Where are you, young fella? We'll get some new pictures of you too when I'm down. Folks, did you see the headline for the day? I'm sure you saw the thumbnail and saw the headline. Did I say cheers, Rudy? Cheers, Sir Rudy. Did you see the thumbnail and the headline for the day? We're going to get into that, but what I want to do first is I want to just show you this. Not you. Get off. I'm going to show you later. Don't. Stop, evil girl. What happened there? What is that? What happened with this big thing? How do I get that back? Messages? Oh, gosh. 1, 2, 1. That might be better. Folks, have a look at this. I just want to show you. Oh, come on. Push the button. What's it under? Messages? Messages. Let me just show this. There you go. So this is what happened. When you have a look, I'll see yesterday's stream. See, just under 1 hour. That's good. We had 1,000 views. Thank you. Like I said, thank you to the good people who are watching this after the stream. That is so cool of you. But what I'm noticing is that I've got a copyright claim, but I also got this little warning sign that is in front of me there. So I got a message from YouTube saying this is my final warning. So obviously something triggered them yesterday, and what it is, I've noticed what it is. I sent them a message and they did have a reply back, an automated reply. It showed me what part of the video is unacceptable, and that is the officers who are throwing an elderly man, 78 years of age, to the ground. That is unacceptable. So that is why I've got my final warning. That means I have to be a very good boy for the next 90 days. Or girl. I don't care. And then you'll also see all of them are getting demonetized. I'm going to leave this up for a second because I also got not this, but I got something else in the messages that I would like to bring up. I'll make that smaller because we've got a message in here. And I want to thank the person. We're going to see who comes first in a moment. Settle down, everyone. I want to thank the person who sent me an email yesterday. Let me just get out of that. Who sent me an email yesterday. I'm not going to show you the first half of the email because that was private between you and myself, and which is good. I think that's the only way that we can do this is keep it it's just between us. But I do want to read the second half of the email, which makes a lot of sense to me. And I want to thank you for your outpouring. I don't know if you've got your name on this, but if it does, you know who you are. You know who you are. I'm not going to give names away, but I would like to read this message out here. Anyway, why did I tell you all this? Don't worry about that. You and the deplorables have been the people I've been wanting to communicate with. A shiny spot in my day, a straight masculine shiny spot. not one of them gay ones. I hope today might be the forerunner for Saturday or Sunday show, Waffles and Whisky Weekend Edition. Anyway, if you keep on going, a lot of people will be happy. If you have to move on, then it is good too. Cheers, G-Man. P.S. Get some new footage of Sir Rudy when you go down next week. I certainly will. Thank you, mate. And we will definitely be doing that. So again, I do want to say thank you to all the people who don't watch this live. Like when I look at it, there's only 40 people on here. But I do notice that there is around 1,000 to 2,000 people that watch this, given the time of day and given the topic. I know the topic of the interviews aren't the most popular ones. I know when I'm down the beach or I'm away, when the thumbnail doesn't kind of populate properly, I know people don't want to watch that. So my heart goes out to all you good deplorables out there for the thanks. Thank you so much. There's only one reason that you're here. Good morning, all. Cheers, G-Man, and cheers, Rudy. I haven't seen your name up for a while, John Page. I don't know if you were one of the first ones that have come up, but you deserve confetti. Every now and then I'm going to throw confetti. Thank you. Much better. Welcome, mate. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so let's get into the news. We've got so much to do. So what's on the news first? What's on the real news? Here we go. I've got footage of this too. I'm thinking, the Melbourne win. Rudy, we're not going to be happy about this. We're going to show, that's the Socceroos win. Okay, that's even better. Yeah, Socceroos. We got up. I don't know how we did that. I'm not sure how we did that at all. What? Get off confetti. I have to get new buttons, everyone. New buttons are on its way. Now, tomorrow, big day tomorrow, live shave tomorrow. The live shave is going to happen. I'm going to do it here. I might have to move everything because I'm going to be shaving with a dry razor. I know when Spook and I went to Peru one day and I had a bit of a beard and I said, can I have a shave? And the fella said, yeah, no problems. And he raced down the road, got a 9-pack or a 10-pack of those disposable plastic ones, and then he started dry shaving me. Yep. I'm still a man, though, because I could handle it. Spook had to get all lathered up and everything. Lathered here, lathered there, lathered under here, so we could have a nice little soft shave for his soft skin. We're going to go also, a little bit later, we will be putting the Zoom line on. So if you want to have a chat, we'll put the headphones on. Don't forget, 476-631-8505. 476-631-8505. And that passcode will be 666. As usual. All right, Rudy, let's get into the rant. We need the rant. What do we got? Let's talk about it. Anytime you're ready, rant. There we go. Oh, one job. Here we go. Do I have one job? One job. Qantas cabin crew vote to strike as busy holiday period looms. Of course they do. Of course. There's nothing better to do. So what do? We'll just have a strike and we'll just annoy everyone because their travel plans will be disrupted. But not to worry. Alan Joyce, the CEO of Qantas, will still be retaining his massive pay packet and will still get a massive bonus because that's how they operate. They don't care about us plebs. They actually don't. Maybe it's actually good that they all just strike. It's good for the emissions. Apparently. Critically ill. Putin filmed gasping for air. Didn't you take the placebo, mate? All politicians around the world were given the placebo. Did they give you the wrong dose? So sorry to hear about that, brother. Oh, pity about that. Maybe he's gasping for air. Maybe because he went for a swim and he went for a long dive or something. I don't know. I don't know what you think. I think this man's an evil man. Do I like Russians? I like the Russian people. Do I like the Russian government? No. Do I like any government? No. So it doesn't matter whether you're black, white, colour, creed. I don't care. If you're in the politics and you're in that high level of politics, putz as you are. Go. Flashdance and fame singer dies of unknown causes. Andrews claims third victory. Well, there you have it, folks. I called it. I knew he would. This putts here obviously has now been running for this will be the third term that he runs. So he's it's 4-year term. They'll get you Southerners down there, you Mexicans down there. You're going to have this fella for the next 4 years. And just to give you a heads up of what this evil dictator did say, let me just close that one down for a second and put your headphones on. Have a listen to what Mr. Andrews had said in his congratulatory speech.
Vaccinated because vaccines work. Because as a community, we were not, as some would say, divided. We were instead united in our faith in science. Went and got vaccinated because vaccines work.
Well, he's yours. Why do I keep sneezing? There must be something around here. I've sneezed a couple of times this morning too. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the whiskey. I think it's the hairs that are getting in my nose. Cheers, Rudy. Because vaccines work. Yeah, right. What happened to the 801 that died under your watch in hotel quarantine, brother? What happened to them? Yeah, I know. We don't talk about that because that's not, we're not allowed to talk about that. I've only got another warning to go. I won't show any angry videos today. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's just, I think that's all the stories I have. Anyway, let's have a look at this. So this is okay. I'm thinking this is not the end of the news. I think I've got more. Anyway, so this is okay. Remember the story I showed yesterday? So because Danny Lim, who was violently thrown to the ground where the media had reported that he fell over, but this is okay. And we got a whole series of this that is happening in Northern Territory. So the CU in the NT is an advertising, an advertising marketing plan that they thought to, how do we get people from the overseas to come over to have a look at the Northern Territory? And this is what was plastered all over T-shirts, bumper stickers, all over the media, but that's okay. But when Danny Lim writes something like CVNT, we're going to read about what a judge wrote. That's not okay. See you in the Northern Territory. So that is the Northern Territory. There's one again. There's another one. The top end different from the bottom end. Look at that. Look at that advertising. The top end different from the bottom end. That is allowed in, Rudy. But when we go to write anything else, we get thrown to the ground. Why aren't they throwing the politicians who wrote this? Why don't they throw them to the ground? What's the difference? You know why? It's because it's total hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. Thy name is the government. When it suits you, it suits you. But no, of course, 78-year-old man. Here's another one. Top end different from the bottom end. See you in the Northern Territory or see you in the NT. Now don't go, YouTube, don't go throwing crap at me now and saying that was my final warning. Don't be doing that now, because this is what you like. You like this sort of stuff. And then the last one there. So let's have a look and see. This is the difference. Have a look at this. This is okay. This is not okay. Peace, smile, be kind, CVN apostrophe T, say CVN apostrophe T. It's a play on words, but this apparently is not allowed. This is not allowed. Drink got. Dumb crosses, CVNT, lied. Oh, where's my other stories? Come on, I had so many other stories. Now here they all are. I'm going to bring them up. So let me just bring some of these up, people, because I've got part of those stories there. So let's have a look at this. Do I have to play this game all the time? Nothing ever works. Hit 2 on there. Leave the rant up for a second. Gosh, look at this. Danny Lim is a well-known figure in the inner city suburb where I live. I know he must be nearby when the cars start honking their horns in response to his many and varied sandwich board signs. I don't know Lim personally, but like many Sydney-siders, he has become so familiar that I feel as though I do. Number 2. The footage reminds me of another use of force in Ward Park, Surrey Hills in June 2020. A young Indigenous man was legs swept by a police officer, and his head, much like limbs, fell hard against the concrete ground. The footage was equally disturbing to watch. In that case, the constable was charged with assault occasioning actual body harm. The issue that stands out the most in both cases is the level of force used in response to the situation the police officers faced. Now, this is the one that I would like you to take note of. So this is from a judge who had written, in regards to the limb, he was in the Queen Victoria building wearing a sandwich board sign saying, smile CVNT, why smile CVNT. In 2019, here we go, Magistrate Jacqueline Millage ruled that this same sign was cheeky but not offensive. The law, she said, was concerned with what would offend the hypothetical reasonable person. It is not someone who is thin-skinned, who is easily offended. It is someone who can ride out some of the crudities of life. And that, my friends, is what she had said. And if you're thin-skinned and you can't handle the truth, well, maybe you need to turn off the TV, you need to walk away, and you need to be able to say, go and watch Mr. Beast or Casey Neistat or someone else that is in your field of positivity, and just watch them for the rest of their life. For people like me, you need to get off this channel because this is not for you. Because I know the truth hurts. Like when Daniel Andrews comes in and says, the vaccines work, you know he lied. 801 people died in his watch. People are going into nursing homes and they are still catching the COVID. They're still getting and receiving it. They're getting it, they're receiving it, and they're transmitting it. So he's lying and he knows he lies. But you know what? The good thing is that I don't live in Victoria. How good is that? I don't live in that nanny state. And I've got some friends down there. I've got some really good friends down there. And I am going to ask them how they voted. But they're not going to tell me. They're not going to tell me. Because I think the people who actually voted for him are scared to say who they voted for. Like I know in the UK or in the US, like for example, when you vote for your party, you stand up and you patriotically say, I voted for that man or woman. And you love it that you do that. Here in Australia, it's like we don't say who we voted for. What we say is that, oh, that's private. Yeah, that's something that I don't want to discuss. And then you know straight away who they voted for. So I'm sorry, people. If that's the way that they are, that's the way that they are. And that, my friends, was my good buddy.
Take a breather. I'm a little pissed off tonight.
Let's take a breather, eh? It's all been good. We need to get into a bit of fun here today because, I don't know why. It's just because. It's because we've got nothing else to do, isn't it? Because I need a whiskey. Having a good time, people? You can go now, Rudy. I'm going to sneeze again. They're funny sayings, aren't they? Bless you. Bless you. Don't bless me. Bless you. Wiley says politicians call police chief who have officers dispatched who are up for promotion or will do anything without questioning to deal with situations like Lim. I would tell them no. I would tell them no too. The Aussie 1970s got it in one, says Sunday is a fun day. Yes, it is. We need to go into some memes. I've got some memes, but I do want to play this. I don't know why it came up earlier, but I think this little girl is evil. She is evil, but I think I like her.
Take a
let's
breather.
bring her back. Sorry, get off, Dan. We're finished with that. Where's the rant? Needs to come off too. Nothing's working anymore. Where's Banner? There you go. We're not doing the rant anymore. Check out this little girl. I think I like her.
Don't be mad at me. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
She said it's an F word, but
Ooh, shh.
don't be mad at me. It
Dobber.
was her.
Dibbit,
Okay.
dibbit,
She said shit.
Oh.
Daddy!
That is so good. And little boy, go back to school. It is the S word, not the F word. But that's okay. That was too funny. I like that. Hey, if you're ever thinking people, good people and not so good people, if you're ever thinking about going to the Commonwealth Games or maybe the disabled games, maybe it's not a good idea to put one of the, one of the sports would not be blind long jump. Oh, I don't know. No reason. Maybe just this.
Jump, T11, Lex Gillette. His 4th round jump.
Ow.
Well, that's got
the
a...
athletes struggling here with the noise from the crowd. That one looked like...
You know what I don't understand about that is that a couple of things, like a lot of things. Who was the person that said, yeah, that's a good idea. What we'll do is we'll have the blind long jump. Yeah, that's a great idea. But the second thing is if he's blind, is he blind? I'm not sure. Why do they have a scarf around his eyes? I need to watch it again. Sorry, people. I just need to. Turn away if it hurts you. Or is this classified as violence again? Jesus.
Jump, T11, Lex Gillette.
Go, Lex. Go left. No,
4th
not that way.
round jump.
Ow.
Well, that's got
the
a...
athletes struggling here with the noise from the crowd. That one looked like...
I love it how the commentator says he'll be struggling here with the noise from the crowd. Now, maybe he's struggling because he's blind. He's blind. It's got nothing to do with the noise from the crowd. They should have just all be going left, right, left, right. I'm so cruel. So good. I need another whiskey. Sunday's a fun day. Sounds like my bones at the moment. I'm working again next week, people. Can you tell I'm in a happy mood? Except when the rants are on. You tell I'm in a happy mood? I got another big 4 days next week. Going to be in the Townsville. Move that a little bit this way. The Cardo. Happy birthday from... Happy birthday from Spook. Went to Spook's place yesterday. Had a look at his new house. Very cool, man. Very cool. He's got a shed out the back. He's going to turn into a studio. That was very cool. I went over and gave him his birthday present. Okay, a little bit late. And then his last day is today. So Spook's actually flying today. Last day today. And I can tell you all that he has resigned from his position as a captain of Alliance Air. He has resigned from that position there. And on the 2nd of December, he flies over the US of America. He goes back to Michigan. And he's going to be learning to fly the 777s. So the 777 is a very, very big plane. He showed me some photos. A very big plane. But it's all cargo. So he'll be doing the Pacific Rim. He likes to do the rim, that boy. He'll be doing the Pacific Rim anywhere from, Ohio, California, all the way around, and then back up to Japan, and then flies back over. So well done, Spook, flying cargo. No passengers, no COVID, no sick people. And well done to you, brother. It's going to be great. So he's doing 14 days on. Is it? No, it's 16 days on, 14 days off. 16 on, 14 off. 16 on, 14 off. How cool is that? Well done, brother. Good on you, mate. I'm glad you got your job of your dream. So you've gone from US Marine fighter pilot to US Marine fighter pilot to, thank you. Whoa, thank you. Are you taking over the position, have you? Thank you so much, Unbullfrog. So you've gone from fighter pilot to cargo carrier. It sounds like something from a Tom Cruise movie. If you do this one more time, you're going to go from fighter pilot to delivering poo around the world. Something like that. I'll have to find it. Flying rubber dogs hit out of Hong Kong. Yeah, cheers, mate. It's all good. All right, we got memes. We got a lot of memes, people. Let's get stuck into the memes, and there are more memes coming and more memes coming. But I have a new segment called the One Job segment. So only because I'm bored, got nothing else to do. Let's check out some of this stuff. Let's have a look at the memes. Of course, it's not working. Oh, maybe it's because I've got that on, that on, that on, that on. Memes. Nothing's working. Wait 1 minute. Settle down. Just take it. Did I delete it? There it is. The Pfizer Advent Calendar. That's so cool. I like that. Did you know the line that separates day and night sides on Earth is called Terminator? Oh, thank you. Oh, a whole lot of these did you knows. We'll do about 5 of these and see what happens. The pilot and co-pilot of a flight never eat the same meal in case one causes food poisoning. This won't be a problem soon, pilots, because the idea is that we won't need 2 pilots anymore. They're only thinking about just having single pilots. No kidding. I'm recently single too. I just got a full tank of gas for $22. Granted, it was for my lawnmower, but I'm trying to stay positive. Why are we running out of money for Social Security and Medicare and not for welfare, illegals and free college? I think you could be right. Yep, you'd be correct on this one, Archie. Geez, would you look at that? The meth head that left 300,000 guns for the Taliban is lecturing me on gun control. If an 18-year-old isn't mature enough to own a firearm, then maybe 5-year-olds aren't mature enough to change their gender. Something like that. If kids knew what they wanted to be at age 8, the world would be filled with cowboys and princesses. I wanted to be a pirate. Thank God nobody took me seriously and scheduled me for eye removal and peg leg surgery. Bill Maher. Sometimes he's funny, other times not so much. Finally fixed that annoying noise in my car. I just opened the door and pushed him out. Oh, imagine if it was the other way. Imagine if it was a bloke driving the car and said, I finally pushed her out. There would be outrage. Something like that. There is a coin shortage. America is officially out of common sense. And that, my friends, is in Australia too. Tall, skinny, gluten-free, self-absorbed, high-maintenance wants a latte. That's good. Phil, you still working at that lab delivering urine samples? No, I got promoted. Now I'm the stool pigeon. Roy didn't last long as the greeter at his church. And take that back to the Halloween store. That's not funny. Your call is very important to us. Please enjoy this 40-minute flute solo. See, yeah. We just bought a book from IKEA. They're not bad. They're not the funniest memes. I want some funny memes. Have you run out of them? We need some funny ones and funny videos, if you wouldn't mind. We live in a world where your kid cannot pretend to be an Indian, but can... Sorry. We live in a world where your kid cannot pretend to be an Indian, but a grown man can pretend to be a woman. I think that Indian is what they're saying. We're churning out a generation of poorly educated people with no skill, no ambition, no guidance, and no realistic expectation of what it means to go to work. Too right, Mike. I like Mike Rowe. He and I reckon, Mike Rowe, we could do a podcast together. If your child can operate a smartphone, they can use any one of these. No, they can't. They actually don't. Your day at the beach brought to you by their day at the beach. Never, ever. Forget. Rudy doesn't like it when I sneeze and I have it live. You just turn it off. It's okay, he's not watching now. See, Gesundheit. Somebody said Gesundheit already. 2 more. I saw a movie where only the police and military had guns. It was called Schindler's List. 2 more. If only vegetables smelt as good as bacon. If you keep your Tupperware like this, don't bother inviting me over, psycho. That's so true. That is weird. You're not living in a hotel, brother. Okay, 1 more. Random act of kindness. Feeding pepperoni slices to our vegan neighbour's toddler through the mail slot. Really? Little pepperoni slices would be good. Poor kid. I was mugged by a thief last night on my way home. Pointing a knife at me, he asked me, your money or your life? I told him I'm married, so I have no money and no life. We hugged and we cried together. It was a beautiful moment. Last one. Traditional Indian bed. Too much. Note to self, cut back on the jalapenos. And that, my friends, is the end of the show. How long have we been going? 31 minutes. I'm going to turn on the... turn it on, Gerald. Turn it on. Just get rid of that first. One. Good. Turn it on. We're going to hit the start button. If you want to give me a call, don't forget, you can call me anytime you like. I have now got it on. It is all on. Brood says, let's have a look at some of your comments while we're waiting. The spiders in that nest below your chin are crawling up your nose. I know. I can't wait to get this off, people. Seriously, I'm going to do a live shave tomorrow. It is what's going to go. I'm going to do a live shave. It's going to be good. I don't know why. That's all I can say. Hang on. Somebody just said something. Is a spider's nest called a website? Jay Dish says Santa Jerry. It's a bit like that, isn't it? I need a hat. My last day tomorrow. Enjoy it, people. It's going to be the last day of having all this. So here we go. Teresa says, anytime at all you got to do is call. Aussie 1970 says, did Dan win his own seat? I'm not sure. I don't know if he won the seat of Mulgrave. I was hoping that Ian Cook, who wants to stamp out corruption, I was hoping he would, but I'm not too sure. Chef, g'day, Chef. How you doing? I just looked like G, but trimmed it down today. Are we talking about the same thing? One more, Mum. Did you see Adam Krigler's post and Tim's reply? It depends. There's a lot of posts and replies. You're talking about Tim Poole and Adam Krigler. Yeah, Adam and Tim used to work together a long time ago. Then there was a bit of tomfoolery going on with Tim and Lydia, apparently, is what I'm guessing. And then Adam left because Tim and Adam had a bit of a bitch fight. And then Adam, I don't know. Oh, why they broke up? Yeah, I think that's an old one. I think I saw it. Keep up. Keep up. It's an oldie. I saw it last week. Unbullfrog says, who cares? Well, one more mum cares, Unbullfrog. One more mum cares. Don't be like that. Everyone cares. Keith Hansen, g'day Keith, how you going? Says, can I order a bargain bucket, please? Bargain bucket. A bargain bucket. R.G. Merkel, maybe. Long-time Adam and Tim fan, but Adam was very reasonable with his story. He was. I did watch that. I watched the whole thing. In fact, what I saw earlier was that I saw that somebody else had done an expose on the Adam and Tim, lovey-dovey situation, which they then broke up. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Yeah. Anywho, if you're not going to call me, people, I'm going to give it 5 minutes. If you're not going to call me, I'm going. Because, I've got things to do. Drink whiskey. What's this one? KFC G-Man, you look like Colonel Saunders. Is it Saunders or Sanders? I think it's Sanders. Jake says bromance. Keith says, sorry, I thought you were selling fried chicken. Thanks, Jake. Jake says it's Sanders. Sanders. Teresa says, at John Page, yes, the Beatles, 1964, all you got to do is call. Or what about ABBA? Ring. Why don't you give me a call? Folks, 4 minutes. If you haven't called by 9:39, I'm out. I'm going. Somebody's just going to call because. Warning, electric clippers before you use a razor. No. That's like somebody saying pants first, then shoes. No, I put my shoes on. I put my boots on first, and then I want to struggle to see how hard it is to put my pants on. What about Dolly Parton busy signal? Could be. I'm Canadian. We put in a oo. Oh, for Saunders or Sanders. Art Monkey says, can you go now? I've got stuff to do. I like this one. Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. That's all I know. Fraggle Mum says, you can ring my bee. Yeah, you can ring my bell. Good one, good one. Let's stay on the theme. I'm liking the theme. Ring my bell, ring my bell, ring my bell. At Craig 677, $300 worth of razors later. Too late on Bullfrog. What's the banana song? Twice on the pipe. If the answer is no, something like that. That was Tony Orlando. Knocked 3 times. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Thanks for that. Jeez. Chef says, hey, I would call, but that whiskey ain't going to drink itself. Three minutes, people. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Very good. Very good. What know my ding-a-ling? Oh, yeah, what was that song? Not more my ding-a-ling. I don't know that one. I do know that one. Oh, yes, ELO. Telephone. Hello. No, telephone. Phone. I know that one. That's a goodie. I like that. No motorcycle ride today. No, it's actually getting a bit too hot. Kookaburra in the corner. I haven't had a naughty corner forever, but you gotta have to get in the corner. What's the Marrow song? I don't know. That's it. Telephone line. I like that one. Thank you. Debbie Harry, call me on the line. Yeah, call me anytime. Well done. Remember we used to do song titles? That was ages ago. Telephone to Glory. Sorry, don't know. Beth, I hear you calling. Beth, I hear you. Who? Who's saying that? We did ding-a-ling. We have some awful apple pie moonshine. Gah, CB's fault. Yes. Kiss. Oh, was it Kiss that did that one? Beth, I hear you calling. Is that who did it? I wish Debbie Harry. Is it Debbie Harry or Deborah Harry? I thought it was Deborah Harry. Would call me. Shazam. Shazam will give me a copyright strike. Yep. Here we go. Anime says, call you on my telephone. Sheena E. Call me. That's blonde. Blonde? That's Blondie or Blondie? It is Deborah. Thank you. It's Debra. Chris DeBeth. Blondie. Blondie. See, wasn't it Blondie? It's Blondie. Elondi. How's Elon? Isn't Elon? Everyone's Googling. That's why there's no messages coming up. Everyone's Googling telephone songs. Folks, 2 minutes. There's no one on the call. It's too bad. I'm going. No one wants to call me. Do one of those things. Maybe what I've got to do is I've got to do something like Alex Belfield and have the call in and then maybe, I don't know, harass someone, stalk them digitally. And then go to jail. Then you'll watch. Here we go. Somebody is on the ending in 977. Oh no, I know that number. Hang on a tick. Don't go anywhere just yet. I need to find the right call here. No, we don't want that. Is it that one? Maybe it's that one. Here we go. Speak to me.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I think I can hear you, but I don't know if you're... Hang on, 2 secs. I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think you're on. Who we got?
Don from Oklahoma.
Don! How you doing?
Yeah, you had a couple of stories there about gun control. Want to share with you real quick a couple of points in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. And you don't hear about it too often. Oklahoma is a constitutional carry state. Mm-hmm. which means that residents that are 21 plus can open and conceal carry without a permit.
Mm-hmm.
Second point is they are a Second Amendment sanctuary state.
Mm-hmm.
And they are also the only state that has anti-red flag law.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our
can you just
is,
explain what that means to our Aussie viewers? A red flag law.
A red flag law is where people weapons can be removed because they present a danger to others or themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have what used to be called Make My Day law.
Mm-hmm.
We still have it. It's called self-defense laws. And it's also referred to as stand your ground law.
Ah.
So when you and folks that are interested in a different perspective on gun control, you may want to look at the way Oklahoma does things.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have any gun laws over here. We're not allowed to have a pea shooter in our possession.
Right. Oklahoma is kind of at the far end of the gun rights states.
Okay, so in your view, is that a good thing?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I think every person should have the right to be able to protect themselves and their family.
Right. But it would be for those that would like to look at the right side of, or the far right perspective of gun control and the Second Amendment, how it applies in the United States. You don't hear too much about how the other states approach these things. I will say that normally when you have a group of people and some people are carrying, they act a little more civilized.
Yeah. Mate, I just got a question that came up here from Ian McPherson that said, what are the crime levels like in Oklahoma?
It's kind of hard for me to say because I live not only in the Oklahoma, but also the county is a Second Amendment sanctuary county, which a lot of people may not be aware. But what that means is if there's any, say, federal law that would say that would be perceived as confiscation, the county and the state will not support it.
I saw a statistic the other day. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say I saw a statistic the other day that said if you remove 5 states, I'm not too sure what the states were. It might have been something like New York, I think Chicago, or 5 cities, New York, Chicago, and there was 3 other cities. If you remove the statistics from the amount of deaths that would happen from gun violence in those states, US would be 193 out of a possible 218 countries that would be at one of the lowest gun crimes in the world if you remove 5 of those cities. So it's really, if you have a look at the 50 states that you've got there in the US, most of your gun crime and deaths, correct me if I'm wrong, are really occurring in 5 major cities. Is that right?
That's my perception.
I'm not too sure what those 5 cities are. Somebody might have seen what that statistic was and might just want to put that on here, and so we might have a look at that. Yeah, it's great to. I love the education, because where you are across the pond from us, it's very different to what we have over here. So it's it's incredible that I get to learn more and more about your wonderful country.
Right. I had an advisor, a military advisor out of Perth back in the 70s. So you're a lot different than it was back then.
Yeah, a hell of a lot different, and not for the better.
I just wanted to, before you get kicked off the air, I just wanted to touch base with you.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks very much, Don. Have a good
Okay.
one.
You too. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Take it easy. Bye, brother. Bye. All right, I've got another caller in. Ending in 580 this time. Good morning, 580. Who we got on the line?
CB.
CB.
Yes, sir.
What's happening, Boyd?
Oh, I just thought I'd give you a call and make a little comment on yesterday's show a little bit.
Yeah.
Didn't get a chance to call you yesterday, especially about that elderly gentleman that the cops threw to the ground.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty bad. I mean, when I went through my training, we had, a whole different set of rules of engagement. If you had someone elderly, I mean, you took kid gloves.
Yeah.
You basically, for the most part, you just write them a ticket.
Yep.
Remove if the sign was offensive, the sign would be removed, but that would have been it.
So when you have a look at have a look at the ruling there that Judge Jacqueline had come out with the ruling saying, that offensive words or placards is really our way of saying that's part of our freedom of speech, and we're allowed to have those signs there. I mean, you can have signs up that says FK, Daniel Andrews. You can have that. You can have see you in the NT. That's obviously allowed. But of course, when a lone Asian man, 78 years of age, who's very harmless, walks into the Queen Victoria building, and it's like a heritage building in Sydney. Maybe there were a couple of patrons that would have been offended by it, but if he keeps walking, within 90 seconds he's gone out of their view. So what are your thoughts when you saw the differences today, when you see a sign that's been promoted by our government, or maybe the territory's government, that says, hey, it's okay to put see you in the NT, and then yesterday's? Can you see they're conflating issues, or do you see a very strong comparison?
Honestly, I think that they're, in all honesty, our equivalent of the freedom of speech, of course, I'm in America.
Yeah.
That, you can say it's offensive, but even if it's offensive, you have the right to say it. There are some consequences if you violate, do something near children.
Yeah.
But any of that does not equate to the level of force used in that situation.
Well, I can tell you what, if that happened in Queensland, I do a lot of training up here, as you know, and I train a lot of police officers. I train people in immigrations and customs and, councils. I train a lot of them in the de-escalation. And if that happened here in Queensland, I'd be marching into Roma Street, and I'd be demanding that we have some answers, and I'd be asking for an internal inquiry. And I do believe that officer has been investigated. So I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe that both those officers will be investigated for the use of force that happened to that old man. I mean, 78, come on. I mean, once they threw him to the ground and then they realized that he was harmed and hurt, and he was yelling out to them saying, things like, I'm suffering before they actually approached him. Once they threw him to the ground and saw that he had split his head open, they then removed the cuffs. I mean, I know, the ruling around once you're under arrest that we have to cuff you. I get that. But I think that use of force was just horrible.
Oh, I agree. I mean, that gentleman's right around my father's age. And I'd hate to see someone treat him that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And like I said yesterday, how do you go home at night and you tell your partner that this is the day that I've had, and then they turn to you and go, I'm really proud of you, honey. I'm really proud of you. And you can't be doing that. Obviously that person would have gone home and not said anything. I hope they're embarrassed. I really hope they are, because I wonder what would happen if that was his 70, because he looked young enough to have a 8-year-old father. It's just horrible. It beggars belief. But of course, I got a warning from YouTube saying, any material that may offend on this channel here, you can't bring it to light. So I got my final warning.
Well, I tell you what, I have a firm opinion about YouTube myself, but let's just say that you're doing the Lord's work, so to speak, and you need to keep it up. I hope you always do.
Yep.
We always look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, I think my only other option will be is to go to Rumble, but Rumble's a bit hard. You know, you can't do live chats. I'm not too sure, but you have to pay to get onto Rumble to do it live, not just to stream. Just to upload videos. It's free, but if you want to stream live, you have to pay for it. Then I have to set Rudy up to, be able to get a new app to put Rumble. So there's a lot. So I'm just going to try and keep it clean for the next 90 days. I think I can do that.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But we all look forward to hearing from you, and wishing Sir Rudy cheers every time. One more, Mom and I always enjoy that, and we're always like, Gerald's on.
Gerald's on. Gerald's on. Yeah, and the thing that everyone's going to get confused with is when I head down to Sydney. Now, Sydney's on a different time zone. So in a couple of weeks, it's a different time zone. So they're an hour later. So when I say 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, that's Queensland. But when I'm in New South Wales, when it's 9 o'clock here in Queensland, it's 10 o'clock in New South Wales. It's so confusing. Like, seriously, we should have, the one time zone policy like China does.
Well, what's funny is that will put it back to the normal time. So on the East Coast right now,
yeah,
you used to come in at 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
Right now you're coming in about 6 o'clock Eastern time.
Oh.
So when y'all's time change happened, it was the savings, y'all's daylight savings time has you coming in about an hour earlier now. Unfortunately, sometimes that means one more. Mom and I are sometimes working at that time.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get off, we change, I should say.
Yeah.
Our daylight savings time kicked in.
Well, mate, so good to hear from you. I know everyone was scrambling to make a phone call to keep me on here for the hour. You're keeping me honest, which is always a good thing. So thanks very much, mate. All good. Say hello to one more mum for me.
You have a great one now.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one. See you, mate.
Bye-bye.
Chef, I hear you're on.
Hey.
Hey, man.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. What's going on?
Not much. I just wanted to reiterate on a couple of things. The older fellow that got pitched down onto the ground, I think those two officers should be arrested. I think they should be fired from their job and just straight up arrested. Here in the States, once you're in custody of the police, you are their charge. That's what they call it, which means that they're in charge of you, which means that they have to protect you.
Correct.
And the fact that they threw him flat on his face on a concrete pavement is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. They should be fired. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
He didn't have a weapon. He wasn't resisting. There's just no way around it.
And here in Australia, what they have to say is that they have to say very clearly, stop resisting. They have to say that, stop resisting. And not once did any of those officers say, stop resisting. Not that he was resisting, but they have to say that. So, mate, I 100% agree with you. But you see, your laws and our laws are very different. I just heard from Don, who talked about open carry and concealed carry. I can just imagine if I go to a toy shop and I buy a toy gun, and I just seem to want to strap that around me with all fancy colours, and I've got a toy gun. That's illegal.
That's ridiculous.
Well, welcome. This is Australia, mate. This is what happens.
Before I start watching your show, I really had a different opinion of what Australia was like.
Yeah.
I thought it was more like the Wild West, but from the movies they make, that things were closer to what the United States is as far as democracy and having free rights. Yep. Obviously, I was wrong. But I guess that goes to when they did the big gun recall and or buyback or whatever they called it.
Yeah, the buyback. Wow, I want to do it. I would. Oh, I'm so tempted to do a really big story on Port Arthur, a really big story. But I might wait till the Rumble thing comes on. Now, some people have been saying that on Rumble it's now free to stream, and you can chat on Rumble. So I'm not sure. I might have to look into that. I might have to ask.
Yeah,
might ask my good buddy Pub Test.
I know that the change is hard.
Yeah,
but I'm sure you'd be the first one to say the change is good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And really, without having Big Brother hanging over your head every day, dictating what you can say and what you can't say would be a great thing for everybody. And I have a Rumble account, so.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be hard. I mean, it's just different setup and everything, so it makes things a little bit different. But I was watching Crowder because Crowder again got banned for a whole week, and he was on Rumble, so I was watching him on Rumble, and they just seem to have a lot more fun on Rumble because they can say what they want to say without any fear of repercussions, And of course, if it incites violence, it's a totally different story. But you're allowed your freedoms there. Excuse me, you're allowed your freedoms.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I speak for all of the 100 of us deplorables that we would follow you there, for sure. And, we would do whatever we had to do to, be there. Hey, listen, I wanted to just say one more thing about the young fellow was saying about the red flag laws.
Yes.
That they created here in the United States. And let me be clear, it's in response to a really big court case that went down in the Supreme Court just recently, where the Supreme Court said that states don't have the rights to tell people that they have to have more than one reason to own a gun because it's written in the Constitution. It's the Second Amendment. And so what they did was they devised these red flag laws saying that if someone thinks that you're a possible harm to yourself or to someone else, but they didn't put any perimeters on it. It could be somebody that you don't even know, that doesn't even know you, can call the police and you have no recourse. Right. They come to your house, they take your guns, they take your ammunition, they take anything to do with the guns, and then you have to fight to get your guns back without ever being able to confront the person who's accused you of whatever they've accused you of.
Yeah.
They are, and this is solely on the Democrat side. Right. They've made this up because they want to take our guns away from us so that they have better control over us. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah, we have a similar law over here. It's called, we have a unit over here. It's called the Fixated Persons Unit. And what that is that there's another YouTuber called Friendly Geordies. So Friendly Geordies, he's very left-leaning, but he just got his house firebombed just recently. If you want to check out his YouTube channel, some of the stuff I agree with, but others, but no YouTuber should ever have their house firebombed because of something that he said on YouTube, which they're still investigating. But they have this thing called the Fixated Persons Unit, which is a politician who Gordon Shanks had outed, which was John Barilaro. He was like the Deputy Premier of New South Wales. So we had Gladys Berejiklian as the Premier, and so her second in charge, the 2IC, was John Barilaro. And so because Gordon Shanks had hired a Airbnb, which John Barilaro owned, and then he made a YouTube video sitting on the throne and this is a true throne, not the toilet throne, but a true throne at Barilaro's house. Barilaro took offense to that and then got the Fixated Persons Unit out to arrest Gordon Shanks' producer for no reason at all. So once they're fixated on you and they think that you're a naughty little boy, that's what happens. So if they decide that they want to get you, they'll get you.
Yeah, sounds like YouTube.
That's YouTube, mate. Yeah. So, look, like I say, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that Friendly Geordies comes up with. I don't. But no one, because they have a say, should be attacked or their house firebombed because of something that people got offended by, or maybe the truth coming out. And as Jake 03191 just wrote, no one should have their house firebombed. Yeah, no one. You know, for what? For what reason?
Yeah, period. Yeah, period.
Yeah, period.
Sentence. It's just not, you know, if you have a problem with somebody that's that dramatic, you know, bring the law into it. Sue them. Do what you have to do. Move. Get away from them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But if you're willing to burn down somebody's house, you got problems.
Well, I'm going to keep an eye on that and see what happens over the next couple of weeks to see if the police are actually going to be doing something. I did listen to Gordon Shanks when he did say that he went to the police station to fill in a report, and he thought he might have only been there for an hour, you know, because they probably just thought, yeah, we know who you are. We're just going to get a statement down. But he was there all day. He was there for 8 hours. So he was really surprised that they're taking this actually seriously. And as Keith Hansen wrote, which was really interesting, who gave out the address was absolutely right, Keith, is that the media, so this is our legacy media, reporting on this because his house got firebombed, not only gave the street name and the suburb, but also the number of the house to say that it wasn't in the front where he was, but his house was situated towards the back, like we call these little properties battle axe units. So it wasn't at the front of the property, it was at the back. So here they are, legacy media, just again inciting, you know, a person's freedom to, well, not freedom, but privacy, but they incited by putting the address down. So anyhow, look, I mean, I can go on about this all day.
He should sue them. That's because that's invasion of privacy.
Well, maybe in America, mate, but over here, it's very different over here, mate. Like, very, very different. You know, we it's just crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah.
All right, I'm not
you know
gonna
what I'm talking. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
all right,
well,
brother.
Nice. You have a great afternoon.
Look at that.
And,
it took, you all took me to 2 minutes past the hour. Well done.
That was our plan.
That was the plan. Yeah, good plan. All right, mate.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. I'll talk to you,
Thanks
Joe.
for your call. See you, buddy. Bye. All right, people, there you have it. Cha just became another member. Or is it you just renewed your membership? So tomorrow, folks, I am going to be on at 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time in this hot little office in here. I won't be on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday because, again, the Big G is out working. I don't know who I'm working for this time. Maybe I do. Who knows? Secret. It's all secret. CB Boyd just put out our evil plan. Hang on. Where is it? There it is. Our evil plan was a success. Altair the Force says, can we go now? Absolutely, people. I don't have a closing video. Please, cheers to good man. Ooh. And let's get out of here. Don't forget to like the smash button. Come on, do something good, will you, people? All right, people. Have a good one. You're just taking a holiday up the coast. I am. Thanks, Neil. Oh, good, brother. Thank you. Linda says, good stream. Cheerio.
All hail Rudy.
Thank you, Gerald. It's good from one G-man to another. All hail Rudy. Cheers, G-man. Cheers, everyone. Have a great week. Pour another one and have a drink. Yeah, a little bit later. Grim Reapers. Thanks, Chef. Nice one. Thanks, On Ball Frog, for your $1 support. Don't forget, YouTube took 30% of that. Thank you, everyone. I should turn this monitor on, shouldn't I? So you get to see what I see. You see what I see. Maybe I will. Hang on, we've got 20 seconds left. See if that works. There we go. There we go, that's what I see. Can you see that? Thanks, Lee. Australia, 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 Australia. The pimp, I like that. Yeah, the hurdling girl, chef. Woo-hoo-hoo. Somebody did mention her name yesterday from Texas. That's all I've been doing, YouTubing all night, up till 3 o'clock in the morning, just watching hurdling. Good on you, Brian. I'm going to leave the last one. Who we got there? There we go. Keith Hansen. Bye, Gerald. Bye, Keith. Hope you're all having a great weekend. I'm going to be on tomorrow, 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. And if I'm not on, I'm not on. But you know I am. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.